Welcome to the Nerds from Work, your weekly escape into the world of geeks, nerds, and this guy, wherever he is. I don't know where I'm at on Tank's screen, but we do have a new guy.
New guy's over here.
Nope, on my screen, he's
that,
past me.
Wizard of Oz?
Everybody point at him. Bottom line. Just point where you see him on your screen.
Hey, and just to be safe, this show is the only podcast on iTunes that can guarantee a 75% chance of not seeing anyone's nipples. So
that's a really high percentage.
Well, there's 75% chance. Okay, it's not 100.
Just
that on
saying.
iTunes you're not going to see anyone's nipples.
Okay, fine.
If you do the math, it's an audio podcast.
For our iTunes listener, you would be correct.
For our iTunes listeners,
for the YouTube listeners, it's like a 15%.
Yeah,
just so we're
there
clear,
might be nipples.
you call them YouTube listeners,
YouTube watcher, whatever the fuck.
Listen, I don't know.
YouTube viewers. Come on,
Viewers. I'm sorry, our all 6 YouTube viewers. I apologize.
Yeah.
Actually, our D&D episode that went up today, by the way, as I jump in line here, it's up to like 13 views in like since noon. So hell yeah.
I think it's more than that by now.
On YouTube, but iTunes it was like another like 13 on iTunes.
Yeah.
fun fact.
So
I have like four YouTube.
Yeah, guys, let's. I'm your host, Jason Miller, and with me, as always, I've got Josh Tankersley.
What's up, everybody?
Naru Igbaje.
What up?
Brandon Miller.
Hello.
And the new guy with the face, Adam Ellis.
What's going on?
So, Adam, why are you here? How did you get this? I have no idea.
I don't know. You called and said, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow night?" And I was like, "I'm not doing anything." So
it was not for this. It was for something completely different.
If he asked you that question on the street corner, you'd both be arrested. So
I was promised nipples. So
Could you guys like mute him for a sec? I want to ask if this was the part where we do what they did to X-Force and toss him in a wood chipper. Just checking.
No. You don't toss anyone in the wood chipper. Adam is our what is the guy's name? Dwayne. What is the guy's name from X-Force in Deadpool? The super funny guy.
what?
Oh fuck! Now I have to look it up.
Oh yeah, I joined him. I actually linked to him on Facebook on LinkedIn.
Isn't that Peter?
Peter. Yeah.
oh,
He has
the guy that owns
he
the bar.
actually has a LinkedIn account. Like
X-Force. Peter. Yep,
that's
it's
awesome.
Peter. Adam is our Peter.
so you don't. I mean, he don't
X-Force.
die. He don't die.
X-Force.
Dude, fun fact: Brad Pitt filmed his scene for that movie in like 7 minutes for a cup of coffee. They literally did not pay Brad Pitt to film his scene. Dude,
He's so
I love
nice.
it.
Yeah.
I love
How
it.
much-
We're gonna get into star cameos later. So for right now, tell me what you've been up to. Tank, what have you been doing, buddy?
First, this dope ass Naruto shirt. I gotta show it off because it's fucking awesome. I'm gonna go all the way. See, you were
Okay.
afraid of nipples. If I kept standing up, I'm not wearing any pants. So, that editing the hell out of our D&D episode, which, like I said, went live today. That is episode 1. I am very excited, very proud of that. There will be several more episodes to come, at least 3, maybe more. We'll see. We'll see how the edit falls. And then just watching a shit ton of Critical Role. Jason said I may have a problem, and he may be right. So
Yeah. We thought we were recording, but in all honesty, Adam's here because he's a therapist. And here and
oh damn it, Jason!
Intervention.
Why didn't you tell us? I wouldn't have shown up.
Tell me about your mother.
all right, Rue, what have you been doing?
I got into this really interesting argument about if Sentry, the Marvel character.
Brandon, what have you been doing?
Really?
No.
If Sentry, continue.
Yeah, if Sentry, I mean, somebody was like, Sentry was, we were going back and forth about if Sentry was an analog of Superman and if he was like a lame-ass version of him. And I'm like, yeah, he is. And no, he wasn't. And we went back and found, okay, you know what? I made up my mind. So I spent the whole week, I've been reading up on Sentry. I read Sentry 2000, Sentry 2005. And the stories are a lot better than I thought. So there is that. Also, I, believe it or not, remembered a few things that I wanted to read. One of them being this, the full bleed.
We still need to turn your camera around. It's backwards.
Dude.
I'm sorry.
Front facing.
Yeah, the left delb.
Full bleed. It's an IDW publication. It's a quarterly that deals with comics and stuff. So I'm going to be focusing on that for the rest of the week, to be honest.
Nope.
All right. Sounds
I'm a
interesting.
comic book academic.
Brandon, what have you been doing, buddy?
I took your guys' word and I started actually watching My Hero Academia.
Hell
yes.
I'm not on the hell yes train though.
oh, no. Oh, fuck you then.
You
Like,
knew
it's
that was
cool,
going to happen. Come on.
Okay, so like the overall plot is really cool. The idea is cool. The powers are cool, but it's like how they're going about it. I just came from watching rewatching it.
Very different.
And then Tokyo Ghoul, very adult, like
Yeah.
R-rated type
It's
stuff.
very YA.
That is definitely like more Naruto-esque, where it like spans a larger group.
Yeah.
And I do like it. Like I keep watching it every night, obviously, so I like it. But I'm not like super. Yeah, I'm not super stoked on it. I love the idea and like the building and the plot and stuff, and that's why I keep watching it. Like it's a good story. I just don't like the whole girl talk to me and
I would say season 2 gets a little better. Season 3 is good.
Season 3 is crazy good, but season 2 definitely steps it up. So
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll get there.
I just
Adam,
mirrored, baby.
what have you been doing other than playing with your Hogwarts?
Yeah, building Lego Hogwarts, which has been quite the endeavor so far. I'm only like halfway done. I've been working on it for like 2 weeks.
That looks like a
So-
full school, man.
Yeah.
What is this? A school for ants?
3 times
Wizard.
Yeah, this set's the first set I've ever seen that has micro figures. So it has like minifigs, and it's got these little micro figures that are scaled to the castle. So it's a little different than the normal Lego sets that I've seen. But it's still fun. I've been
you
doing
married?
that, and then the show I've been into lately is Dirk Gently, holistic detective. It's a BBC America show. It's got like Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
It's super weird. It's Douglas Adams novels, based on Douglas Adams novels, the guy who did Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
So it's super like
Yeah.
it's just super bizarre, like weird stuff, but it's a lot of fun. It's
So
a
it's
good show.
good.
I enjoy it a lot.
Because I've been skipping over that every time I see it.
Dirk Gently? Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's really good. I
Okay.
finished season 1. I'm on season 2 now. There's only 2 seasons out.
I can do weird.
Is it streaming on something like Netflix or
Yeah, Hulu.
Hulu?
Yep.
I might have checked that one
On
out.
Hulu.
Brandon's like, wait, whose Hulu account am I on? I got.
I do have someone else's Hulu.
Yo, Adam,
Brandon,
are you married?
serious?
Are you married, dude?
Yep. Married, 1 kid.
How'd you get permission to buy that? Because I have not got permission yet to buy one of those Lego things.
The big Lego set.
Yeah.
Because Adam
No.
wears pants.
Well,
Goes, hey, lady,
Right.
buying these damn Legos.
How
I'm
long
buying this
you gonna
big ass
like it?
$400 Lego set.
How
How
long
walk
have you
over
been
to
married again?
Con and just hit you. It's gonna be great.
How long have you been married again? Just checking.
A long time. Yeah.
No, not you. This dude right here.
Oh.
This
yeah.
guy.
Yeah. He's
I'm
been
gonna buy
married.
this Lego set. Unforgivable.
Thing is sweet though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I leaned in early. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, me too. I was like, that's in the background. Get closer.
I almost said, dude, move. Like, what the? Wow, that's
Yeah,
You know what? I'm gonna just make it my full screen. Let's see.
I also love that your shirt is cut off right where it just says "Wanted Dead."
Yeah. It's a Cactus Jack shirt. I'm a big wrestling mark.
Okay, it just says "Wanted Dead," and that's all I've
Wanted
seen.
Dead.
I'm just like,
I love it. I love that
yeah.
it says
I'm like, sick. I don't know what it's for, but it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So I just finished Shattered Grid. So Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Shattered Grid just finished today. So Tank and I, if you didn't know, we did our Power Rangers episode. It's been a year in the making. Not really. I've just wanted to talk about Power Rangers for a year, and no one wanted to talk about it. So
I have been talking about Power Rangers for a year.
Every time.
we did a Power Rangers pre-show for the 25th anniversary. So Power Rangers has been around for 25 years now. So if that doesn't make you feel old, then
you're as old as Naru. So
then you're Naru and you are old.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I remember telling kids, you need to watch this show. This is really good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I remember telling kids, oh, look at these young whippersnappers on this racist television show. Why does a black kid have to be the Black Ranger with a gun with no bullets? I mean, seriously, Zach had a gun. He was the only one that had a gun, and they didn't even give him bullets.
And he did breakdancing to fight.
He could only fight if he breakdanced.
Hip hop keto.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like that's super racist. Yellow Ranger was an Asian girl.
Yep. You beat me. That's where I was going next. You beat me to it.
Yeah.
You know, I never made those connections. I never really was a fan. But anyway, I never made those connections.
The star of the show was like, he looked like he could be slightly Native American. Red Ranger.
Oh boy.
I like how the guy who plays Billy, the actor, was in his 20s when he filmed that show.
Yeah, and so I went through for Power Rangers Day. I started looking at stuff, and I realized that Billy in the Zeo series, which is like the second continuation, right? So like season 4, he was actually losing his hair. Like, yeah, Billy was losing his hair because like the actor's in his 30s.
Yeah.
Time, right? Or like late 20s, early 30s.
Oh man.
So he's losing his hair trying to play an 18-year-old.
In all honesty, though, they looked old.
They did.
They didn't look like little kids. There's a show on Netflix that we started watching. They look like little kids. I looked up the actresses. They're like 27 playing a 12-year-old. You're like,
oh, like everyone in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so creepy.
Like Arya, I think Arya is like 20.
Yeah.
Well, she is playing. How old is she supposed to be? 16 now, thereabouts.
Like, yeah, in her teens.
Yeah,
like
so that's
14,
pretty
15.
close. It's pretty close.
I mean, it's still. So
Either
yeah,
way,
I mean,
Jason got Power Rangers into both episodes this week. He's happy.
Yes, he did. He's thrilled. I mean, dude.
if you didn't see our Facebook thing where I use my hands like this, my wife's like, "How do you get your hands to move that fast?" I was like, "They're not moving that fast. It's just the camera can't pick them up." Like, so
She really asked the question.
Yeah, she was like, "What? Did he speed up your hands? Like, what kind of editing is this?" I was like, "No, if you look at the camera, it's like this is just me waving, and it doesn't pick it up. So
like
if I do it fast."
That just felt like a missed opportunity. Oh, you want to know how I move my hands that fast, baby?
All right. Yeah. So, all right, let's move into a little bit of news for this week. We did have literally some wallet news. Decided not to touch on that. Marvelous wallet news. And instead, we're going to actually talk about what would the Doctor do on the Millennium Falcon?
Oh, so smooth. That was so smooth.
That depends.
That was so smooth. What's Bones doing on the Millennium Falcon, though? I'm very confused.
Yeah, no, Star Trek and Star Wars are now converging. It's actually been told that Star Trek is now shutting down. The reason that Chris Pine walked away is because he is taking Anakin role for Star Wars.
Oh,
perfect.
Boom. Fucking clickbait. So the Matt Smith, the Doctor from Doctor Who is actually jumping ship. He hasn't been the Doctor for a while. I know that, but everyone knows him as the Doctor, and he is actually going to Star Wars with a key role in Star Wars. So
episode 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's actually in the series. It's not some, a Star Wars tale or a Star Wars story or anything like that. So what do you guys think of the Doctor jumping ship?
I'm so excited.
That's good, Brandon. That was real good.
Yeah.
You think all day on that?
You either sit there in silence for everybody.
Brandon's like, I'm excited, and I'm out. Bye.
Yeah.
See,
All right, that's it for me this week.
That's why I'm here.
I contributed. I'm gone. I'm down. I was of the new Doctor Who's. I haven't watched the most recent guy before the.
I only watched his.
So I like David
Matt
Tennant.
Smith's.
Yeah, I only watched Matt Smith.
So I watched Eccleston, who only did a season, and then Tennant, and then Smith, and then I didn't watch. God, I can't think of his name, but
The other one.
yeah, and
The old one.
yeah, and so, but Matt Smith, I mean, Tennant, I'd say Tennant's my doctor, but Matt Smith also did a fantastic job. So I'm excited.
We're not talking about Doctor Who.
I was getting there. I'm dovetailing. Give me a second. I'm excited to see what he does in the Star Wars universe because I think his acting was great. I know he's done several things since Doctor Who. He's done some.
He was nominated for a award for The Crown.
That's what I was about. Yeah, he's done some Netflix stuff. So
Charles Manson.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to see it's crazy that they're still doing, I'm assuming, principal photography, and then we're like less than a year away from episode 9. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with it. So,
Rue, real quick, because I know you're not a Doctor Who fan because it freaks you out as a child. So look at me and how I listen. Maybe I should be a therapist.
And I dude, that's literally what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I can't
slow clap.
I really couldn't care less because honestly, yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Are you a big Star Wars fan either, Naru? I mean, everyone's like wildly. Okay.
No, I like
wearing a Millennium Falcon shirt.
I mean, you know.
Fair enough. All right, that's fair.
I like Star Wars. I'm looking forward. I mean, my take on it would probably be, well, I imagine he must be, worth it because I mean, if you were in Doctor Who, you got to be good somehow. So let's see what you
did. What 4 or 5 seasons at least as Doctor Who?
Exactly right. So if you held the role down, then you bring a lot to the table. So I'm expecting a great performance, and let's see that. But beyond that, I have no input whatsoever based on his performance as Doctor Who. So
I'm way more excited to see him in Star Wars because of The Crown. So I watched The Crown, and it really like stretches his like character building because he played Prince Philip, is that his name? The Queen's husband.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like had to go through that storyline of like, oh, you're from another country, but we're gonna swear you in anyways, and the family actually hates you, but she's in love with you, and then all these different things, and he's really, really good in that role, and I love him in that role. Whereas Doctor Who, he was like one character the whole time. And like, yeah, he like grows as that character, but it's not as sudden as in The Crown. So I'm really excited to see with how the new Star Wars trilogy plays on people's emotions and sudden changing of emotions and stuff like that. I'm really excited to see how he handles that, regardless of if he's a good guy or a bad guy.
Yeah, I think we can all say like the Doctor is cool and all, but the character itself is like, it's very standoffish and non-emotional because that's what the race is, correct? Like whatever race he is. They're not very emotional. Like they don't show emotions like humans do, right?
He does in certain episodes. He does to an extent because he like creates emotional ties with his like partners or whatever.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be standoffish, right?
Yep, and do like what's best for the
greater good or
Adam, thoughts? Because Adam, okay guys, so a little background on Adam. Adam is actually a huge Star Wars fan. Adam, what's tattooed on the back of your leg, buddy?
I've got Jango Fett on the back of my leg.
Yeah. So Naru might wear a Millennium Falcon t-shirt, but Adam's never getting Jango Fett off.
No.
Yeah.
And that's a mistake from the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, it's
you have to understand.
One of those things that I think back and I'm like, why did I do a prequel character? But I know I used to like do costumes and stuff like that for Star Wars, and I did Jango, which was a fun costume to wear. So, but no, yeah, huge Star Wars fan. Interested to see kind of what they do with him, and it seems like now that Disney's in charge, they are more comfortable using established actors in some of their roles. Like historically, they're using brand new, public doesn't know who they are actors as some of their main characters. Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, not really Harrison Ford, but I mean the Hayden Christensen, John Boyega. I mean these are actors that people didn't know before Star Wars. So it's interesting that they're starting to use more established actors Laura Dern in the last.
Was Harrison Ford known before he did Star Wars? Really?
A little bit. He was like an American Graffiti.
He was American Graffiti.
Which is another George Lucas film.
Yeah. So George Lucas was very familiar with Harrison Ford already, but
I think they have a bromance.
Yeah.
So regarding my appearance in Star Wars, you're saying I have a shot then? Since you're basically going with
No. Before you did. Now Disney has it. Disney's about that money.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, in that case, I mean, famous people like you don't have a shot either. So
It's true.
Only Star Trek.
Yeah, we can always jump on that Chris
by
Pine.
the way,
there's some openings out here.
to piggyback off of the whole, people, do you know of anybody who's been in like the G.I. Joe franchises in any form who's in Star Wars?
Who's in Star Wars?
From G.I. Joe?
Yeah, because I had the weirdest conversation with this guy. He saw me in this T-shirt. He's like, dude, that T-shirt's confusing me. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, because the old G.I. Joe.
yeah, because, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, the G.I. Joe thing, and I'm like, oh, interesting. So if it happened that they broke news that somebody who was in G.I. Joe was in it, I go look for that guy at my daughter's swim class and say, dude, this was prescient right there.
That'd be cool if, like, The Rock went.
I don't know. The Rock. I love The Rock, but he's in everything.
No.
Yeah, I was kidding. I would not want The Rock in Star Wars.
Everything.
No.
Bruce Willis in Star Wars, I would vote for, not The Rock.
Maybe like original Die Hard Bruce Willis.
And that right there explains why you don't want too many famous faces, because everybody who's in there forces you to look at their performance, the character they're playing.
They have
right?
a preconception on that actor.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Tom Cruise in Star Wars. Hell no.
Fuck Tom
Oh,
Cruise.
damn it. What was I
I
doing?
did that on purpose.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I wasn't thinking.
jumping from Star Wars, let's talk about another actor who's jumping ship from Star Wars, and he's kind of gonna just ride both lanes. And I think it's a smart move. Oscar Isaac.
Except he was also in Fox.
What's that?
He was also in the Fox X-Men universe.
Ooh.
He was Apocalypse.
Apocalypse, that's
Yeah.
true.
So let's talk about Oscar Isaac as Poe Dameron, but now he has a key role in the Batman. In the upcoming
As
movie,
the Batman.
We don't know if he is the Batman.
We don't know who he is yet.
He is Bruce Wayne.
Calling it, yeah.
So, all right.
You heard it
all
here
we
first.
know right now is that he has a key role, period. Like, that's it. That's all we know. So we don't know if he's Batman. We don't know if he's someone else. We don't know what's going on.
Was that like already signed or like?
Yeah, he's signed on
Oh,
with
okay.
DC.
What the one I read was just saying that he had talked to them and
Right.
someone mentioned it was a key role.
No, he's signed on to do the movie, but they will not disclose who he is.
Okay.
So let's okay, so before we get into who we think he should be, Naru said Batman. It could easily be Batman, and they want to keep it a secret because the last time they announced Batman was Ben Affleck.
Oh, the freaking internet exploded.
Yeah. And when the internet exploded, Brandon and I talked about it because I think Brandon was at my house when they announced it. And I just looked at him. I was like, I like Ben Affleck. I don't like Daredevil, but I like Ben
Right.
Affleck.
Right.
I don't blame that all on Ben Affleck though.
Like in The Town, Ben Affleck was great. Like he does well in certain movies, but let's just see what he does. And if he fucks it up, then I won't like him as Batman.
Yeah.
He was the bomb in Phantom, yo.
What's that?
I said he was the bomb in Phantom, yo.
In Phantom? Like from the 90s? Damn.
Have you ever watched any Kevin Smith
With
movies?
that ring?
I'm like,
Brandon
what?
and I won't remember that movie.
Yeah.
Where he
Yeah.
wore the purple.
I'm like,
Yeah,
what the hell
no,
is he
that's a
talking about?
line from Kevin Smith's movies.
Oh. the
Affleck's
Phantom
bomb in
is
Phantom, yo.
purple, right?
Yeah.
Pink or more of a
Well,
future.
Kevin Smith actually liked Ben Affleck as Batman.
That's
Like,
because
he
Kevin
went on
Smith
record to say like,
knows Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
Give
it's
him
his
a-
boy.
yeah.
Let me go on record then.
Matt Damon.
I don't really think he's going to play the Batman. I think he's probably going to be the Riddler in some really deep psycho.
Riddler?
The Riddler.
So,
Some really
all right,
deep
let's
psycho
pass it around. Let's see who thinks he's going to be what. Naru thinks he's going to be the Riddler.
I don't want him as the Riddler.
want Justin Timberlake as the Riddler.
Hell no.
That is the only Riddler I want right now.
The only way he would be in a Batman movie is if he was allowed to be the Riddler.
So
then stay away, JT.
You know what?
no, Justin Timberlake is awesome.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, he's the shit.
I mean,
It wouldn't be Jim
Timberlake.
Carrey, but I don't think I'd be mad.
Justin Timberlake literally put his dick in a box. Okay.
Dude, those videos, that video is so
Literally.
funny.
But
I will give him that.
Okay, so if anybody's doubting Justin Timberlake, watch the movie In Time. In Time
Actually,
is
In Time is amazing. I thought he was
It's so
awesome
good.
in that. I just don't think. I just can't see him as the
What
Riddler.
was that movie called? Alpha Dog?
Alpha Dog.
Yeah, he's like a
crazy.
person.
Yeah.
JT's a
Good
pretty
in that
good
movie,
actor.
too. Like in terms of acting out of what you think Justin Timberlake would be. Like being in
That was like one of his first movies too.
Yeah, and he was good.
What are your thoughts on JT there, Adam?
Yeah. No,
he's
say no.
he's gonna be the dick in the box guy forever.
He could be the Crimea River guy.
Yeah.
It could be worse.
Step one.
Somebody should have told me you never go full retard. You never go full retard. You never go full dick in the box. Like you don't do that. No.
3.
All right, there's a rabbit hole.
Open the box.
Because I
That's the way you do it.
Hey,
This is like,
that's what Isaac should be.
dude, there's
Okay,
this whole conversation going on, and then it's just me and Jason singing "Dick in a Box."
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
I literally have no idea what's going on right now.
We got a box. All right, so on comicbook.com, they actually gave a few different roles that they thought Oscar Isaac could be. Number 1 is Batman. Number 2 is Hugo Strange. Number 3 is Two-Face.
I wouldn't mind seeing him do Two-Face because I feel like he could stretch. If you guys have ever seen Ex Machina, which is an incredible, like very cerebral, like AI film, he almost plays this kind of like dichotomy to his character, and I think he could do Two-Face really well. Now that you say that,
Number 4 is Hush, which is a very, very extremely violent villain.
yeah.
Oh, imagine if they did the Hush.
Calendar Man, which kind of looks dumb. And then the last one is what is this?
One of Penguin didn't somebody say he could play the Penguin?
Nah.
No. The only penguin
I
is
could kind of see the penguin.
Alberto Falcone of the Falcone family.
That's not a pivotal role.
Well,
It depends on how they write the story.
No.
But
Like, I don't think Falcone would be a pivotal person either.
Depends on how
No
they
one
write the story.
thinks Red Hood.
No, because the Red Hood, I don't know if you guys have been following. So Jensen Ackles from
Supernatural.
Supernatural, he did the voice for Red Hood in the movie Under the Hood, the animated movie.
Oh, did he really? I didn't realize
Yeah.
that.
He did that animated movie.
And he was good.
He actually has a picture he posted on Instagram where he is face to face with a Red Hood outfit, and it says, "Oh, the irony." And it's like he tagged DC Universe, the DCEU. He tagged all these things, like, and all these people, and they're like, "Wait a minute, is he saying like he's gonna take this role over?" So Jensen Ackles, I think, would be a cool Red
Who
Hood.
is that? Which one is that?
That's the little brother.
Dean Winchester.
Oh, it's Dean.
The shorter guy?
Yeah.
I still remember him from Smallville.
So Adam, which role do you think Oscar Isaac would fill?
I think it'd be interesting to see him do the penguin, like to
I'm
see
on
kind of
your boat.
how he did it. I don't know, but also Danny DeVito kind of has established and put the flag in that as
Yep.
far as like
Pissed all over that.
No.
Marked his territory.
You
Pissed
know
all
who
over
would
that.
be the best
But
penguin right now?
Rabbit hole.
Sorry, Brandon, I'll let you go. I just got to get this off before I forget. Little Lannister from Game of Thrones.
Tyrion?
Yes. Sorry, Brandon, go ahead.
yeah, like we keep saying like Danny DeVito killed that, but also the Joker
That's where I was about to go.
has been done great by so many people. And they've also casted Joaquin Phoenix as a new Joker in a different universe. But still, like, I think he would also be great as Joker because Joaquin Phoenix is fucking crazy. But I like the Penguin aspect of it, which would be taking it. So another thing that this new like universe is doing is taking characters that you're currently thinking of them in one way and changing them, just like the Joker. But in Gotham, Penguin isn't a short, fat dude.
Right.
So, like, people are already used to Penguin not being a short, fat dude.
I say I don't watch Gotham, but that's cool to know.
Yeah, it's like a young like punk kid.
Yeah,
like crazy, but still has like these quirks.
right.
But like it would be cool. I'm not saying I want him as Penguin, but if they did say he was Penguin, I'd be like, oh, that's gonna be cool to see. Like that would be really cool to see.
So who do you want him as?
Right, you beat me to it.
Red Hood, just because I just want to see Red Hood in the fucking movies. But
Dude,
every time, so and so is gonna be in the movie, I'd be like, bring Red Hood out. Come on, bring him out.
Danny DeVito is coming back for a new Batman movie.
Here's the thing, though. If he does Red Hood, that means he's basically Jason Todd.
Well, yeah.
Which means you're going to need
Jason Todd exists in this.
My point is, you need to cast a Batman who's old enough. You need to cast a Batman who's old enough to have Oscar Isaac as a Jason Todd.
This Batman is old enough.
Which is fine because we heard that Ben Affleck was stepping down as Batman anyways. We heard this right after Justice.
Well, my
Jason
point being,
Todd
Ben Affleck would be ideal if Oscar Isaac was Jason Todd.
Robin did get killed in this universe already.
So
yeah, but he said it wasn't. I mean, Snyder said it wasn't that Robin. He said it wasn't Jason Todd.
Could be now.
Well, it has to be Jason Todd because Nightwing is going to be in the movies. Like he's in the trailer. Nightwing.
I'm just quoting Snyder. So, he's nuts anyway. So.
Dick Grayson is in. Jason Todd maybe. Damian. Like they haven't even.
Technically, Damian dies in the comics. He gets shot in the head that one time and comes back.
Really?
But Jason Todd, like Red Hood, already exists by that point.
Right. I think Oscar Isaac, and this is going to sound super weird. I think he's too talented to be Batman.
That's not weird at all.
Like I want to see him do Two-Face because I think that character, he would do it so much justice. And I think Two-Face is a character that needs to be fleshed out proper. And I think Oscar Isaac is a great actor who could do that. And I don't want my Batman to be full of like any kind of feelings. I just want him to be fucking dark and brooding. Christian Bale, Batman.
Has anybody read the Joker, the Jokes versus Riddles storyline?
Because that silence means no.
Yeah. That was an amazing storyline where they pretty much had the Riddler go up against the Joker. And they battle for Gotham. And eventually all the bad guys choose sides and they lock Gotham down.
It gets pretty dope, actually.
Look, trust me. I have never had so much my respect for the Riddler went from here to here. I'm like, whoa, because he messed with the Joker so bad. The Joker literally didn't laugh for like he was just mean.
So you're saying Oscar Isaac versus Jared Leto?
I'm saying Oscar Isaac, that's pretty much what made me think that the Riddler is criminally underrated because they could use that guy in a storyline that would make you scared for Batman and think, wow.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all. But what Brandon's saying where it's like, oh, yeah, they're taking people and changing them and this, that, and the other. Well, when they took Aquaman from being a blonde man to Momoa, it wasn't like, it was definitely a change.
Mm-hmm.
But Aquaman's always been massive. Like he's like Superman size. True. He's just in the water. So it wasn't that drastic. Now, when you look at when I think of the Riddler, I physically would think like the proportions and everything of Justin Timberlake because that's the way he's always been portrayed.
Or Jim Carrey. Like that tall,
like Jim Carrey portrayed him tall, lanky. Like,
how big is Oscar Isaac?
Even if they did Justin Timberlake, he's not that tall and lanky. He's about my height, but he's in good shape.
Right.
And that would be cool. And I think Justin Timberlake would do a great Riddler. But I think that Two-Face has the same stature even though it's not the same race or nationality, anything like that, I think he has the same stature as Oscar Isaac. So I think that would be like a beautiful pairing for him to be Two-Face.
I think he's rocking
Adam.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they try to do. If they're just like, blow it up, start from scratch, screw all of your preconceived notions of what this universe is, or if they're going to try to carry over any kind of just familiarity, I guess we have, or I don't know.
Wait, guys, I think we have a new fence sitter.
Yeah, you beat me to it.
Yeah.
Hi, Adam. Welcome to the fence.
Yeah.
I can give it up.
Commit, dude.
So,
Commit.
especially because I am committing this episode because I wasn't sure who I wanted him to play until Jason read off Two-Face. Because I just rewatched The Dark Knight like maybe a month or two ago. And
So
it is, we can have another discussion about that. I feel like Two-Face is very wasted in that movie. I do not think he was portrayed very well, and I think they threw that character away. And so to see if they gave it to Oscar Isaacs and let him do a full Two-Face portrayal, I think would be absolutely amazing.
I'm the only thing that I'm hesitant about him being Two-Face. I think he could play that role really, really well. But as a fan, I saw Two-Face not that long ago. And it's similar with Spider-Man movies, right? Spider-Man movies, we keep getting the same
bad guys.
Until the recent ones when we got Vulture, and now we're going to get Mysterio, people who aren't in the movies, and I love that.
Right.
So it's like, I did see a Two-Face. I did see multiple Jokers. I keep seeing the same people over and over.
Sure.
I would like to see someone that hasn't been in it in a while, like Penguin or one of these other random people. But I agree that I want, or even like Riddler, like I agree that I want him to be someone that is like this deeper character.
Yeah.
And I feel like he could take any character and bring that out of the character. He could literally be anybody, and I'm also with Jason that I don't want him to be too good of a Batman because then that means it would be a prequel, and then everybody is like, yeah, the prequel Batman character is a million times better than what we're stuck with in Justice League or whatever, which I'm not like dissing Ben Affleck. I like Ben Affleck for certain reasons. But yeah, I don't want him to overshadow what we get in every other movie and him just be in the prequel movie or prequel movies that kept going. But I think as long as he has one of these characters that does have that like deeper thing, like Red Hood also has it, where it's like self versus self type battle, I think he'll knock it out of the park. No matter what he gets, he's going to knock it out of the park. He can get anything.
Oh, yeah. And that, I think, is kind of the double-edged sword, right? The only role that he could get where he will be in multiple movies would be Batman. Because I love Oscar Isaac, and they're going to give him a role. If they give him Batman, I wouldn't be angry. I just think it's wasted.
Yeah.
But if they give him Two-Face, right? We'll get Two-Face for one movie. Two-Face is not one of those villains that just keeps popping up and popping up and popping up. So, like,
well, maybe that's
in the comics. In the comics, he does.
Maybe that's how they set themselves.
No,
hang on. So they've been, DC has always been trying to find a way to set themselves apart from Marvel, which is part of the reason, in my opinion, that it didn't work. But maybe that's how you differentiate yourself. You focus on the villains, excluding Suicide Squad, because that is a totally different discussion.
Right.
Give yourself a solid villain and hold on to him. Like Loki is like the only Marvel villain that people actually responded to and that they kept around. So let's say you do a badass Two-Face and you keep him around for a few movies. Maybe that's a way
That's supposed to be the Joker, though, isn't it?
That is supposed to be the Joker.
Oh, well, from Suicide Squad, you mean?
No, typically
Jared Leto is supposed to be
Batman.
around for a few more movies.
Right.
Or Lex
No,
Luthor.
it's Joaquin Phoenix now.
That's a different universe, though. That's not in. From my understanding, that's not in the DCE.
The Joker movie?
Right. With
No,
Joaquin.
that's separate. Yeah.
Okay.
But how are they going to
Question
do
for-
two Jokers?
See, that's another. We will literally spend all night arguing about the DC movie.
Yeah, they're totally
agreeing.
spinning. They're spinning in circles right now.
So going off of what Brandon said, right? if we wanted a villain that we haven't seen on screen before,
Damn it! How are you doing that?
Oscar Isaac would do well. I think Hush would be sick.
How is he doing that? That's the third time he's done stuff I was going to say. Third time. That's unusual. It never happens. We don't agree. We don't even think the same.
Were you going to say Hush?
No, I was going to ask you to say the villain that, off of what Brandon said, say the villain that you would say who's not been seen yet. And then I figured you'd say Hush. So
that would be dope, because I only heard about the Hush, because you guys know I'm not the biggest American comics reader. I know a lot of the stories, but not all of them. But I only heard about the Hush storyline somewhat recently, and it's fascinating. So that would be really fun to watch.
I thought the storyline, personally, when I read it, was a little lame in terms of how they came up with it. I'm like, but I see why they did it that way, because I really couldn't figure out any other way to do it, and I liked it. Having said that, I would wonder, because for me, the Hush storyline really dovetailed into a lot of that unseen Gotham history that spawned things like the Court of Owls. So I'm like, wow, if they did that Hush and laid the grounds for the Court of Owls, I am all in for that.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, like, sorry, Batfleck, I am all in for that. Yeah.
Ooh, here's one from Batman the Animated Series. What about the Mad Hatter?
No.
To me, that's always going to be Johnny Depp.
Oh, good point.
Johnny Depp killed that role.
That would be cool, man.
Just bring him in. Fuck it. Just bring Johnny Depp in. Just like
little did we know, Alice in Wonderland was actually in the DCEU.
The
best superhero ever.
All of it. So technically, they could if they wanted to.
Universes colliding. My God. I will say this.
Hold up.
Johnny Depp make it work.
Adam's getting off the fence. Hold on.
No way.
Well, I was going to say that would be interesting. Based on the role, the Poe Dameron role, kind of, he mixes humor with intensity really well. Like, he can be really funny and then really intense. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I feel like a villain that uses a lot of humor as well.
Riddler. Come on.
Penguin.
Get down. Come on down.
Or, I mean, Mad Hatter, I think, even as well.
I think the Mad Hatter, you would have to just be psychotic Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that'd be very.
I disagree. Have you seen him in the role he plays in the Hogwarts prequel?
So
Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
He's only Johnny Depp in that movie for like 3 minutes, and then
I mean, if you see the new trailers for the new movie, you can tell that he's not zany. His character isn't zany.
Well, then the movie's not going to be any good. We all know Johnny Depp is an alcoholic drug addict.
That's what you know of Johnny Depp today. But in much the same, like, I first saw Robert Downey Jr.
I knew that's where I was going. I knew it. If Jason gets Power Rangers in every episode, Naru's going to get RDJ in an episode. So.
I first saw him way back in the day, and this dude was super talented. Like, he would just become, that role. So today, though, you can see that even though he's embodying this whole thing, that's awesome. You feel very much like, if you think back to Johnny Depp as Edward Scissorhands, for example, that's not a role where he said a lot. He wasn't crazy, but he was.
He wasn't crazy?
He wasn't crazy, acting crazy.
What the fuck? What movie did you watch?
He was a sympathetic character because
the only movie where he was sympathetic is What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Match in the gas tank. Boom, boom. Next topic.
What are you talking about? Really, dude? Like, you think he was crazy?
Leonardo DiCaprio's best role.
Edward Scissorhands.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
You thought he was crazy in Edward Scissorhands?
Yes. The character is psychotic.
That's the point. The character is trapped in this thing. It's not like he is that thing, as against a guy who looks normal and then suddenly blows up and gets crazy and jumps off a ship. That's Johnny Depp's today.
Sweeney Todd. Look at every role Johnny Depp has done. Tell me it's not some kind of psychotic character. We'll start with Edward Scissorhands, Sweeney Todd.
I'm talking about being zany.
Hold on. What's up, Brandon?
That movie where he's a drug lord is pretty regular.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, he's a drug lord.
Obviously, he's doing drugs. That's his real life.
My point is, he can do characters that aren't noisy. He can do a character that's not loud. He can do a character that's kind of crazy and laid back. He's not in your face with it. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah, whatever.
Maybe 10 years ago, but I think getting Captain Jack as we get now, because maybe when we actually see Fantastic Beasts 2 and we actually get to see Johnny Depp as Grindelwald, maybe we get a different side of him. But I know a lot of what he's been doing, the Mad Hatter, Johnny Depp, or
even his regular life is crazy.
Right. So we'll see. I mean, it could be. We've gotten so far off the Oscar Isaac topic, but I mean,
okay. Oscar Isaac, Hush, Two-Face. Brandon wants him as the Penguin, Red Hood. Naru wants him as the Riddler. Adam would just rather sit on the fence.
I said Penguin, dude.
Okay,
you said Penguin or Mad Hatter. Make up your mind.
No, I said Penguin, and I said Mad Hatter maybe.
Roll the tape.
After
roll back to what he said.
That's way too much editing. I'm not playing that.
I'm not doing that.
That's way too much.
Please do it. Please do it. Tank, please.
Let us know what you want to see Oscar Isaac as in the comments. If you guys run into us at Dragon Con,
please
yell at us. Tell us that Naru is wrong. That's fine. Tell Naru to stop using initials for Robert Downey Jr. That's fine too. We're going to be at Dragon Con this week, or this weekend. Adam is actually going to be there all week. So what are you going to be doing, Adam?
I'm going to start drinking as soon as I get there.
And then finish when you leave. Perfect.
Drinking. And come Monday, I'll stop drinking.
Nailed it.
Oh,
that's kind of my plan.
I thought you had a special arm that you were going to be wearing.
Oh, yeah. I will be donning the chainsaw arm, dressing up as my favorite horror movie actor, Ash from Evil Dead.
All right.
So I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Dope.
So Adam definitely gets down like that. And if you want to see Adam's chainsaw arm, then you should definitely come check us out on Sunday night at 11:30 at the Hilton. Getting down.
Let's go.
Which,
and dirty.
Come to find out, we are the only podcast going at 11:30.
The other group's not going now?
No other shows at 11:30. So there will be nothing else to do. So grab your drinks, walk over.
We'll have ours.
Be after the masquerade.
Yeah.
It's after the masquerade. Bring your fucking costumes. All right. Everybody, bring it. Bring it. So we're gonna do this. It's gonna be great on Sunday.
We're gonna be the only regularly dressed people there.
No, actually, we just said we have a guy with a chainsaw
arm
sitting there.
We'll be doing body shots.
Whoa! What are we doing?
I like this guy.
Oh, I thought that was part of the show.
No. That was a you and Tank show. That was a you and Tank show.
I got you.
Tank,
I got you, Adam.
Shave your belly button.
I can do that.
Okay, then. I will be watching from the sidelines with the
How
camera.
you say fuzzy navel?
Fuzzy navel. It's a whole different fuzzy navel drink. I love it.
It's a reference to the movie Out Cold, if you have ever watched it. It's so good. So, guys, we're going to be at Dragon Con this weekend. Like Tank said, check out our Dungeons & Dragons episode. It launched Wednesday?
Well, Wednesday, yeah. It
launched Wednesday. The pre-show launched Thursday. Friday, this show is launching. Saturday, check all of our social media. We're going to be all over Dragon Con. We're going to be posting tons of stuff. Sunday, it's going to be stupid.
Sunday's going to be
We're actually going to be there in person. So if you guys see us, if you want to find us there, tag us on Instagram, tag us on Twitter, anything like that, at TheNerdsFromWork, and let us know where you're at. We'll come stalk you.
Let's do it.
Yeah, get your picture taken with us, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to be taking pictures of a lot of weird people, I'm sure. I know. It's Dragon Con.
It's Dragon Con. It's Deadpool, this thing. Deadpool Bunny, Deadpool everything.
Deadpool Pikachu.
Yep.
Yes, all of it.
Definitely be there.
Absolutely.
Yo, I did see half My Hero Academia, half Marvel Avengers mashup on Instagram. So there will be a team there. It's like, yeah, half. They like blended My Hero Academia and the Avengers, and it looks sick.
Dude, that's pretty dope, actually.
It looks real sick.
That sounds so dope.
I haven't seen that. That guy see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find that.
Look like #DragonCon. I think on Instagram. It's on there somewhere. So, Tank, tell them where they can find you.
You guys can find me all over the internet at The Caped Critic. Like Jason said, the D&D Adventure Episode 1 just dropped. It'll be coming out weekly until we finish the adventure over the next 3 or 4 weeks-ish. Find us at DragonCon on Sunday, and thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Naru, where can they find you, buddy?
You can find me at the Nija Nerd everywhere.
Even bagel meets coffee. Adam, tell them where they can find you, dude.
I'm at Atom Ellis, ATOM, Atom Ellis on Instagram and Twitter, mostly just Instagram though.
So send him really weird, random tweets. So that way, 5 years from now, when he opens it, he's going to be like, who the hell is Ruik Bajé, and why is he sending me these awkward pictures?
Who is this guy? I did a show with him once.
Brandon, we have all waited a whole week. Tell us, where can I find you?
Come on.
As you know already, Tank said the D&D episode is doing great. So I've made a little bit of money on the side from it. And now you can find me on Luxy at bmiller425.
What is Luxy?
Look it up. Naru's going to because he does it.
Already has his phone up.
Spell that.
Luxy. You can find me on Luxy.
Luxy.
bmiller425. It's great, and it supports my.
Oh my God!
And
it is the #1 millionaire online match and dating service for single men.
Well,
hell yeah!
I gotta put myself where I'm supposed to be. So, dating app.
Let's see.
Why does that look like a Trojan box?
I know, right?
Gold is gold.
Hey.
All right, guys. You can find me at Houdini0333 on Twitter and Instagram. Look for us at DragonCon. Be sure to subscribe to all of our stuff here at The Nerds From Work, whether you're watching on YouTube, iTunes, or SoundCloud at The Nerds From Work, or just follow us on Instagram and Twitter for random rock pictures and weird pictures of Brandon on Luxy and the people he meets. So follow us there at Nerds From Work. Hey, guys, we'll see you this weekend at DragonCon. From all of us at the workplace, peace.